Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Can you state
She's asking
categorically,
a question. Don't
Mr.
be
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a
question.
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. Couple things. Number one, our Operation Freedom Briefing that for years we've been doing on YouTube, or what I now call YonTube, is now based at davejanda.com. It's free. It's public. So every Tuesday morning by 10 a.m., what we do is we upload Operation Freedom Briefing. Not here because, you can't go into any depth anymore on YonTube. So we upload that at davejanda.com. So when you're done here with Dave versus the MSM, head over there and then network that information because it's information the bought-off lamestream fake media will never touch that the deep state does not want you to know about. Now, in addition, we have 2 featured interviews at davejanda.com that were part of the subscription platform that we have moved to the public side as well. Why? Because of what the subscribers felt were incredible importance to each and every person, not just of our country, the world. The first is an interview with Dr. Lee Merritt. Now, Lee is a phenomenal physician, surgeon, researcher, has over 30 years experience in treating patients, just as I do, over 30 years experience. And Lee and I have a discussion about an issue I cannot even speak about. Okay? It's about starts with a V, and about the data. I assure you, 100% of that information will never be seen, heard, read, or experienced in the bought-off lamestream fake media. And it is a discussion that every American and every person of the world, frankly, needs to get a hold of. Because it imparts information that the deep state does not want you to know about. The second interview is an interview I recently did with Patrick Byrne, former CEO of Overstock.com, freedom fighter. We speak about what happened on November 3rd, 2020. We spoke in this interview about the developments beforehand, after, into January, and after January. It's, again, information the lamestream will never touch. Now, we also speak about what's coming up, what potentially is in the cards for the next several months to follow. I encourage you to go to davejanda.com. The information is there, as well as the Operation Freedom Briefing. Now, the topic of today's presentation is the divide and conquer strategy of the deep state, the dark winter, whatever you want to call it. It's not working so well. Oh, no, it's not working. I go to a quote from John Steinbeck from Grapes of Wrath. Quote, "And the little screaming fact that sounds throughout all history is repression only seeks to strengthen and knit the repressed." That's where we are today. We know the deep state's divide and conquer strategy. A basement Joe Biden speaks about unifying the country. But every time he mumbles, whether it's that first address to the nation, which, by the way, the State of the Union address has never occurred to this date by Biden, correct? Yeah. But he had a first address. That's where he told us all that we just need to obey. Remember that one? Yeah. Welcome to the dark winter. Or his first, if you want to even call it, goat rodeo of a press conference, with the cheat sheet and the pictures and the names and the numbers in which to call people in, and then the questions in the book that were already given to him with his answers. Yeah, that whole thing. But check this out. Because every time he speaks, it's about he's always trying to ostracize, trying to marginalize anyone and everyone who has concerns and legitimate concerns and criticisms of the goat rodeo that's occurring in Washington by the one political party, the Republicrats. Yeah. 99% of these people in Washington, and frankly in state legislatures around the country, they might have an R after their name, a D after, as we've outlined for years. They're all one political party, owned and operated by the syndicate. But check this little fact out. Good old YouTube right here. You want to? Deleted 2.5 million dislikes from Biden's White House videos. This is from Peter Svab at Epic Times. So that divide and conquer thing, it's really not working. And let me tell you something. There was 1 minute of truth that recently occurred on the mainstream media, and it came from the Final Four broadcast. You know, the men's basketball finals? Charles Barkley. And I had an interaction with Charles, which is actually really interesting. And I spoke about this on our subscription platform. But let's get to what Charles said in the mainstream media. You know, they were talking on April 4th about it being the anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King and how awful it was, and it was. And they spoke about how Robert Kennedy that day gave a fantastic speech about how we can't divide the country, that the country must be unified. Excellent. And they played part of the speech. This from Zero Hedge, and this is what Charles said, quote, "We're so stupid following our politicians," end quote. Charles Barkley unleashes 1 minute of truth on America. Forget Orwell's 2 minutes of hate. NBA legend Charles Barkley unleashed 1 minute of truth on the NCAA Final Four watchers, telling viewers that, quote, "I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people. But we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats," end quote. Barkley was responding to a feature that detailed how on April 4th, 1968, Robert F. Kennedy broke the news about what happened to Martin Luther King to a crowd in Indianapolis, urging people to seek compassion and justice rather than anger and revenge, saying that the vast majority of Americans, both black and white, want to live in peace with each other. Well, this was the same message Barkley offered. As he warned, quote, "I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power." Exactly what I've been telling you on the Operation Freedom platform since we launched the radio show 10 years ago. He went on. Furthermore, he described what he believes to be the thinking behind the divide and conquer strategy. Quote, "Hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class," end quote. Well, Charles was right on target. Now, there are people right outside this window in the People's Republic of Ann Arbor saying, "You're taking that out of context. He didn't really say that." Well, let's try to play it for you. Let's hear it, right? This is what happened live.
Shared that news, how painful it was.
Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was, man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
And there you go. Charles Barkley. And they'd use this divide and conquer strategy, have for decades, and it's worked. Their playbook has worked. Look at the fractionation in our country right now. Old versus young. White versus black. Black versus Hispanic. People that want certain medical interventions and people that don't. Men versus women. Gay versus straight. It is their playbook. And the single most effective way for us to defeat the deep state, the New World Order crowd, the dark winter, whatever you want to call it, is not playing into their playbook. To find common ground amongst all of us and move ahead. And what I believe is that common ground is freedom and liberty for every American. That's it. Single most effective way to defeat them. I hope you'll join me at davejanda.com, our Operation Freedom briefings, and the 2 interviews we did. The 2 interviews, as I mentioned earlier, they're there for you. And we hope you'll become part of our Freedom family and become a subscriber at davejanda.com. Extra shows, extra content, extra analysis, archives to all of our shows, all available for a very, very reasonable price. I thank you for your time today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thank you for your time today.